Hi everyone, welcome to Catch Up Convos. So this week's guest, I am joined with the owner of mammy&me. So hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
So first question, what made you decide to start up your own mother and toddlers group?
I think it was because when I first had Hattie, my little girl, we didn't really know a lot of people that had babies. Well, I didn't know a lot of people that had babies, so I was kind of just a bit lonely more than anything else. It was just a case of not really having anything to do, feeling like I was a bit, sad on my own. So I just thought I knew that my friend was running a mother and baby group, so she was running that in Tom Pendra.
Right.
No, Astrud. Little Lambs, shout out. She was running that, but she was doing it at 9 o'clock in the morning, or 9:15, I think maybe. And that was way too early for me at the time, because I was just
Not a morning person.
that definitely not, and certainly not after just having a baby. I was like, no, there's no way I can get out of the house in time for that. I did go once, and I just, I liked her setup and liked the way that she did it, but I just thought for me it just wasn't really practical at the time. I get why people do the early ones though, because obviously if you've got kids that are in school, you can do the drop off and then go straight there. So I get that.
Yeah.
But for a first time mother like me, it was a bit early. So I just thought I wanted something a bit more practical.
Yeah.
And also it was just I just wanted to make friends with other mothers that were in a similar situation to me. So it was just, kind of thinking, right, well, if there isn't anything, because I wasn't aware of anything else that was going on further down the valleys, both way, I just thought, right, well, we'll just start our own. So I mailed a few people that I knew that had just had babies, that I knew, I say knew, Facebook friends, weren't actual friends. Mailed them on Facebook and just said, look, I know you've just had babies, I know you're in the same situation, how are you coping, in terms of, kids and stuff, where are you taking them, are you taking them to any play groups? And they were all in the same boat, everybody that I spoke to, first time mothers, were all in the same boat. They were we've just kind of got into a routine, and we're getting out of the house, but we're literally going to Llantrisant, going to do a shop and then coming home, that's it.
Yeah, so, I was the same. When I had my oldest, I don't know, not many of my friends had kids at the time, so I was exactly the same. I think only one play group I knew of, and it was only because my sister-in-law went to it, which was in Pentra. That was good, that was early in the morning as well. I didn't mind at the time, but then there was only once a week as well, and I was like, oh, that's it, apart the rest of the weekend, stuck in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
And it does put you down, if you're stuck in the house.
It's a really lonely time. If you haven't got other friends that are in the same position, then it's a really lonely time. So, and I was quite late having Hattie, so I just turned 34. Tough times. And so I had her when I was 31, just turned 31. So I was quite old having my first child. So most of my friends have already done it. They've already been there. They've had their first babies and whatever.
Right.
So I was kind of on my own. I was like, right, who do I know that has had a baby? And I guess because I'd worked in Tonopandicom for a while, and I knew some girls there, and I obviously through Facebook then as well had found that they had just had babies, so they were the kind of people that I reached out to and just said we're all in the same boat, so let's do something. So they were really keen, and so we started that in I think I kind of sent a message around maybe in the May time, and then I think we started in July. So we were right, here's the date. We'd start in July the 5th, I think it was, and we just said let's just go for it. So there's only a few of us to start off with.
Yeah. So how long has it been running for now?
So we
quite a few years now.
In July now it'll be 2 years. So only 2 years.
It seems longer than that.
It feels longer.
I don't know why, because
it feels longer.
I come with my middle one, Josie, and I'm sure she was a baby as well. So for some reason it seems longer than that.
No, definitely. Well, Hattie's 2 and a bit. So she was only a couple of months old when we started. 2 months.
God, is this longer than that for some reason? You've done. It's probably because you've put so much into the 2 years.
Yeah, and it didn't start like that, because we literally, even now, I still don't have a clue what I'm doing. Like I have literally no
Winging
idea.
it.
Literally winging it every single week. It's like, right. I mean, we are a bit more organised now. We have more of a plan. But starting off, it was just like, right, let's just get some toys and, we'll get some tea and coffee and biscuits, and then we'll just see how it goes. So
I bet when you were starting that and it was just you and some other mothers, I bet it wasn't as stressful then though, because
definitely not.
you were all the same boat, like you said.
It wasn't as stressful, but it was stressful as well because we didn't really know each other. So you're kind of in that like awkward phase where like you know each other but you don't really know each other. So like those
I know
awkward
exactly
conversations, and like some of the girls I know like had like some issues with like anxiety and stuff with like that kind of thing. Like just getting out of the house and like meeting new people and talking to new people and stuff. Like I didn't really have an issue with that. I didn't have anxiety about it, but I'm not really one for like small talk. So I find like that's a bit of a struggle for me to like get over that. And just like just ask people about like how their days are, and like having just that like just those initial conversations where you're just like, oh yeah, like I didn't really sleep that much last night, and that kind of thing. Where it's
I think mothers don't realise, because I've been in exactly the same boat as well, where once I had the kids, and like you say, when you're stuck in the house for a few days, I think you get in a bit of a rut, and like in a route, and like you say, like if normally people got kids, you don't know where to go, and especially when it's winter time and it's raining, you don't go out. I think it puts a massive down, and I think when you go meet people anyway, I haven't seen them in a few months, you think, oh God, I don't know what to say, but you don't realise they're exactly there, it's probably feeling exactly the same.
But I think because I was the one who initiated it, it was like pressure on me then to come out of my comfort zone and be like, how are you doing, girls? And like that's naturally not me really, but it was something that I had to kind of get over and try and get better at, I suppose. But like the girls that started coming and stuff, they were quite regular, and then obviously like they started bringing their friends, and people just started to hear about them, because again, like down the valley there wasn't really much going on, so it was like we were starting something new, I suppose.
So where did you first start? So when you first started it, where was it located?
So we started in Porth Elim Church, which is on the one-way system in Porth, right on the corner. So we started there, and we were in the upstairs room there, and we just outgrew it. So it was quite like, it's a lush building, and the people there are lush and everything like that. It worked in that sense, like that it was open to us and they were great. We didn't have to pay for it. Like it was the church that I was in, so it was like easy. It made sense from that perspective, but then practically it was just becoming more and more impractical.
Yeah, because it's so popular now. I think it's one of the most populous baby groups in the Rhondda now, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it is, definitely.
But we were just, it was like, even like parking and stuff was an issue, because there was nowhere to park because of the one-way system. People were parking in Morrison's, and then obviously getting like fines and tickets and stuff because they were there for too long, and in the rain that was a nightmare, because obviously like walking from Morrison's over like with prams and stuff, and then we had to go upstairs as well, so like carrying like the prams and the carry cots and all the things, what they called, car seat things. Those, lugging them up the stairs, that was a nightmare. So it
keeps us all fit though, I guess.
But it was just becoming more and more practical. So like I used to play netball up in Trebanog, and somebody just mentioned, why didn't you see like what they got going on up there? So I went up there, and the people there, oh my word, they're amazing. So they Mike, who runs the centre, was just like, we'd love to have you, like, whatever you need, we'll sort it out. And so we just like decided then we were going to make the move up there. So it just made so much more sense, because they had the parking, although that's an issue now as well. Just
because it's growing.
There's like more space up there. But it just made more sense. Like the hall was much bigger. I was concerned, obviously, that the comfort of the church with like the carpets and that kind of thing, that would be lost up in the community centre, but like they blast the heaters, so it's always warm in there.
I've been up there, it is
probably a little bit too warm sometimes, but I'd rather it be too hot than babies freezing because it's too cold. But we've tried to make it as comfortable as we can anyway with like our stuff. So it just made sense to go up there.
It's good. So obviously I know you do loads of events all the time, which maybe that's why it seems like the 2 years, it's been longer than 2 years. But you have like maybe a weekly plan, so like every week. How many times do you run a week now? It's Tuesdays
So we do
and
Tuesday and Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tuesdays is under ones, and then Thursdays is for everyone. Well, I say everyone, like 0 to school age.
Yeah, because obviously, yeah, like I brought my two, and I think I come to a Thursday one.
Yeah.
So Tuesdays, is that like coffee mornings?
So we
is it?
call our coffee club, and then that just started off like because on up at the community centre in the summer they put up bouncy castles because of their parties and stuff.
Yeah.
So because they don't have any clubs running in the evening, they just do they just get the bouncy castles up for the parties, and they're like there for the summer. So we were finding that there was for the toddlers bouncy castles was fab and they loved it, but then for the tiny babies there wasn't enough space then to have like our baby area.
Yeah.
So we were finding that we were losing that kind of like baby age, you know, like the 0 to 6 months. We were losing those, or I guess under ones really. So we just decided then that we were going to set up a Tuesday. Originally it was just going to be for the 6 weeks, like while the bouncy castles were out, just so that we had something to cater for the under ones. But it just went really well, and everybody just seemed to want to keep it going, so we kept it going past the 6 weeks holidays, and that's grown as well. So like that. But I guess because we're a bit more organised in terms of what we're doing now, we have a lot more going on, so it attracts more people in, and obviously more people hear about it through like social media and stuff. So we tend to just get quite a few more there. It's not as popular as our Thursday, but it's not meant to be either. It was meant to be like a phasing into the Thursday, just like kind of, you know, you're there 0 to 1. And then you move into the Thursday group. So, but a lot of people come to both.
Right, yeah. If they got the babies, they can't
but,
yeah,
and the little ones, I guess it works well in both. Because we have a baby area on a Thursday as well, so like they come on a Thursday as well.
Yeah. It's good. So what, obviously events you've got coming up. Next one is the Easter one. Is that the next one coming?
Yeah.
And that's the 18th of April.
18th. Yeah, just before Good Friday. Yeah.
So what's going to be included in that event?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know yet?
No, because we only, in all honesty, although we plan out what we're doing, so now we've got a plan in terms of like, we go, every month we do a plan. Yeah, so I put like a plan on our social media and just say, this is what's happening in April, this is what's happening now in May, this is what's happening. I haven't put that up yet because I haven't done it, in all honesty. Because we've been so busy.
I know, I saw you doing the Teddy picnic.
Teddy picnic.
And that was crazy.
That was ridiculously busy. Yesterday was even more busy for Mother's Day. But yeah, we're kind of rolling with it, you know, and just saying, right, okay, this is how many people we've got to cater for, so let's just crack on with it. So I'm getting a little bit better at planning.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would feel a bit of pressure, because like when I come up, and the one I come up before was the St. David's, and I remember the Rhondda leader come up and done a photo shoot. And even the photographer commented and said that this is the biggest playgroup you've ever been to, especially in the Rhondda Valleys. And I do think like that's like not pressure, but think, oh God, like, you know, that's a lot of people got eyes on you and on the playgroup as well. Like.
But I try to make it clear, like in all of our like advertising and stuff, I try to like reiterate the fact that we're not a business, we're not trained professionals, we're not like the baby sensory clubs or groups that you can go to where people pay for like a block booking. We're literally just volunteers that are passionate about the Rhondda, we're passionate about people. So the people that help me run mammy&me, we're all Christians, so we've all got the same kind of attitude towards like wanting to help people as well. So like wanting to help our community and serve our community, and just love people. So like that really motivates us and drives us to do what we do. But I make it clear that we're not, you know, this is not our jobs. This is just something that we're doing kind of like on the side, I suppose. You know, and the aunties that help, they're retired, so you know they're just doing it, I guess, out of the goodness of their hearts. I do it because obviously I've got a daughter as well, so I know what it feels like to not have anywhere to go, not have anything to do. But also just because you just want to like show that we care about people as well, and mothers in particular, because I know how much of a struggle it can be to be a mother and to feel the loneliness and feel the pressure as well of like everyday life, you know, as a
definitely.
mother. So so you can definitely feel the pressure because expectations are getting higher as well. So what people expect from us, from even just from the fact that when we started, we did no activities. It was just come
General
along,
chit-chats.
just have a chat, just get out of the house. Whereas now we've kind of, I suppose, put pressure on ourselves in terms of the standards that we've set, but also the expectations there then in terms of people expect a lot from us, I suppose.
I don't think people think, when you say about mother and toddler groups now, with the just talking.
Yeah.
Talking is like therapy for the mothers,
Definitely.
and then I think the playing is therapy for the kids.
Definitely.
So I think even though events go on and stuff like that, mothers just go for talking, and it is because I think fathers, half the time, I think obviously they work, they come home. I think men switch off, and then women, we like to talk. We just in our side, we like to talk about things and get it out in the stories, different opinions on others as well. And like say when mothers who got one child or two children or three children, everyone can relate to ask people's opinions on things as well, which I think that's what mothers struggle with and that's what they need help with, and it's nice to have that. So I think mother and toddler groups are like therapy groups.
Definitely. And I think that the one thing that I don't want to get away from is, like, even though we do try to provide like say activities for the babies, really my major focus is on the mothers, because of the fact that I feel it, like, because of the fact that, like, Hattie's just jumping in on the chat. She wants to join in the conversation.
Hello, Emma. There we go.
So I think that that's always like the focus for me is on the mothers, which is why like yesterday we did, like, for Mother's Day we did like an afternoon tea for the mothers, just as like a treat, and we wanted to give them a little gift, and because I want mothers to feel appreciated, and I want them to feel loved, and I want them to feel like, that they have worth as well. Because that's a big thing I find, even for myself, like just feeling like sometimes you lose your identity and lose a bit of self-worth when you become a mother. It's amazing, and there's so many amazing benefits to being a mother, but I think that sometimes you just kind of lose your way a little bit in terms of like, who am I? Like, do people appreciate me for me now? Or am I only appreciated because I'm a mother? And I really feel like, we just want to get alongside the mothers and just say, do you know what, you are doing a great job, you are class, you are, you're still worth something as a person as well as being a mother, and like just showing appreciation to them as well, because it can sometimes be like a very underappreciated role, a mother. And I think that it's important to just encourage mothers sometimes to, just say you're doing a good job.
Yeah, definitely. And just saying that to someone, I think can make them 100 times better. Anyway.
Definitely.
And obviously, I saw as well that you're doing mothers fitness groups, classes. I bet that's good as well, because especially new mothers, if they've had like just one baby, sometime after I had my first daughter, I remember seeing my figure and thinking, as much as like you say, it is a miracle of a baby. I remember looking at my figure and thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do? And that was my first reaction. Looking, and my husband and my mother was like, don't worry, you'll be fine. By the time, you don't think that.
No, definitely.
You're thinking,
not.
oh my god,
Definitely.
what am I going to do? So I do think, is all the mothers in the group finding that really good and really helpful?
Yeah, I think that it's we get a core group that comes to that, like a core group that are there pretty much every week, and I think like again the whole point of doing that was for the mothers. It was like that was something that was just for the mothers, not for, we say we don't want childcare to be an issue, so what we say, like, if you haven't got anyone else to look after your baby, bring them along, it's no problem. But if you can find someone to look after your baby, come by yourself, just have an hour out just for you, where you can just smash a fitness session. You're with other girls who are in the same position, same same boat. Everybody's like feeling exactly the same. You can take it at your own pace, which is why I love circuits, because I think circuits is a really good way of just like challenging yourself. There's no pressure on you. Nobody else is looking. You're doing it on your own, or you're doing it with a partner, somebody that you're comfortable with, but everybody's in the same boat, so nobody's like eyes on you, nobody's like worried about what you were doing. It's just you like pushing yourself, you know, and having other people around you that are pushing you as well.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, like you say, the fitness. So what is that like? Is it like the circuit? Is it all planned? Do you have like every week you do the same thing, or do you do different things?
We've got a fitness instructor.
Right. Okay.
So she comes down. She does a different circuit session every week. So it's
Nice.
always like mixed up, which is I think is like really refreshing, because I would just hate doing something like the same every week. I would just get bored.
Yeah.
So she mixes it up really well. So there's no equipment, or very rarely equipment. Maybe she uses like a couple of weights, but it's all like mat stuff. It's like, you know, your press ups, your sit ups, your burpees, all of that, like proper like hardcore stuff. But yeah, she's like, I mean, she's lush. She gets alongside the mothers and just like pushes them at their own pace as well. So like,
Yeah.
we've had a few that, like me, who are in the position where you know you've had your baby 2 years ago and you're still trying to get back to like fitness and stuff, and trying to get back to like your previous figure. That's not gonna happen. I think I've just accepted that now. Or at least I'm trying anyway. I'm trying to like push myself. But more than anything else,
fitness is good for anything.
Definitely.
It is.
Definitely.
That I say after it, fitness. Yeah, it is good for getting your body in shape, but it's just like.
It's for your mind.
Yeah, for mind,
definitely.
everything.
And I think like even having like with our BootCamp class, it's like we just say, do you know what? It's like a social thing as well. It's like getting.
Yeah.
It's with, again, you're with other mothers that are all feeling exactly the same as you, and like are trying their best, like just as you are, and just want to try. For some people, it's like toning up. For other people, it's like fitness levels.
Yeah.
For others, it is losing weight. So, you know, everybody's got their own aim and purpose of being there, but you're all kind of like in it together. So it's a bit of camaraderie as well amongst the girls, and because we get it like pretty much the same people. We've had like new people come in as well, but it is the core group that is there week in, week out, and so we're all kind of like encouraging one another, and we're like in the middle of like a 6-week challenge. Yay! We're all doing like this 6-week challenge, like gearing up towards Easter. So we started like as a Lent thing, and we said, right, we're giving up excuses for Lent. Like that's it, we're done with excuses. We're just gonna, you know, do our best now to like reach our goals in terms of our personal goals. So we're in the middle of that, and we're doing 6 weeks. Yeah, so everybody again is like, we did like a fitness test at the start of the 6 weeks, and we're doing it again now at the end of the 6 weeks, just to see how we've
far
improved.
you've come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it is just nice just to have that out. Like my mother looks after Hattie for me, so she's a legend. You know, whenever I need her to look after her, she's there to help me. So I get that hour to myself as well. You know,
Yeah.
which is great. I really appreciate it, and yeah, and my sister comes along now as well, so that's good, because obviously we're like pushing each other and motivating each other. So yeah.
It's definitely, I do think that is such a good thing from mothers. I think more people will come. I think that should be like, maybe do another one, like more like in summertime.
Yeah.
That's
get
where,
the summer board
ready. Definitely. So I'm like that though. I've been training, because after I've had 3 of my babies, I was like, right, I know I'm done. So I was like, let's get back into fitness. I've done a fitness program with a fitness trainer, and I do feel so much better. But I do think as well, women are never happy, no matter what you look like. You could have the best figure, and you'd still I want to lose this.
Because it's in your head, isn't it? That's where your biggest battle is. It's not, your battle's not against your body. Your battle is against your mind. Like it's constantly in your head, and I think that's like a thing of like, again, just where we're at in terms of what we're trying to do with mammy&me is just say like, right, we want to like be there for you and your baby, but we want to like help and encourage you as well. You know, we want to do all these amazing things with you, so you can create all these wonderful memories together, you and your baby. But at the same time, you know, we want to like encourage them as well, and just help them to think positively and like be positive, you know, in terms of like their self-esteem and stuff, because people really struggle. Like, I think we forget sometimes the struggle that people have after having a baby. Like, I think for me it was I think I had my baby, and the biggest thing I struggled with was loneliness. But some people have like proper issues with like postnatal depression and that kind of stuff, which is really serious stuff. And I think that it's not really, you don't, unless you've got an environment where you can talk about that, unless you've got somewhere where you can go and like talk about it with people that you've built up a relationship with, then you carry a lot of that stuff by yourself, like those low self-esteem issues and the more serious issues with like depression and stuff, is unless you've got that kind of avenue to talk about it with other people, then you just carry that stuff on your own. It's tough. It's really, really tough. So yeah, we try our best to like make sure our environment is as friendly as possible, and again we've got some good people to help us as well, which is great in terms of our volunteers. So
yeah, I do. I think things. The group that you have, I think that needs to be encouraged, and maybe more should around the valleys as well, because when I had my last daughter, she was such a big surprise.
Yeah.
I wasn't diagnosed, but I honestly think I was depressed for a few months, because you can ask my family members, if somebody asked me, how are you feeling? That was the worst thing to ask me, right? It takes a lot to make me cry. If someone asked me how I was feeling, I would burst into tears. I'd say, please don't ask that question.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why. Now, I'm fine now. There's no issues. I don't even know what was wrong.
Yeah.
But it was just, if somebody asked me that question, that was the worst thing to ever ask me, because I couldn't even tell them. I would just burst into tears. And I'd be like, I don't know. And I think when you have babies, you do go to playgroups and stuff like that, but when you go back into the house then, I do think people don't realise how hard it is with the kids, looking after them, doing housework and stuff like that as well. And if you're a working mother as well, people don't realise, I think, the amount of pressure is on you. And I think definitely when you've got people to talk to, that's half the battle.
Yeah, definitely. So, and I love that. Like I love how, like I had a couple of the mothers recently over to my house, and we had some lunch together and stuff, and I was like asking them, because obviously I've known them for a while, in terms of like they've been coming to group for a while, but like sometimes you just don't get time to talk, because obviously like there's so much going on, so I was like, right, let's just come over to my house, we'll have some lunch, and just chatting to them and asking them like, so how do you all know each other? And like, just from group.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. I thought they all like knew each other, because obviously like from the same area or whatever. No, they've all got to know each other from just coming to group, which really like encourages me that we're doing a decent enough job.
Definitely doing a good job.
That people are building relationships outside of the group as well. That they're meeting up, and they go into like other play events, or they do, they're having play dates and whatever, and they just become friends just from coming to our group, which is great. I love that, and they've got that support system, and then that puts less pressure on us in terms of like trying to be the support system for everyone.
Yeah, because they've got it in the group
exactly,
as well.
They've become friends. They've just like got together outside of the group, and they've all got to know each other better. So they've got those support systems as well. And obviously we want to be there for people as well, and say, look, if you ever need anything, you know where I am. Give me a ring, give me a text, send us a message on Facebook. But also they've got each other as well, which I think is like, it's really good. That's really good. Yeah, I love that.
And also I saw you started your own t-shirts collection.
Yes, we did.
So what made you decide to do that?
Well, I don't know. I've seen like loads of people do it on a bigger scale, like in terms of like mother and baby stuff, matching things and
it's cute.
And I love that. But what I find really frustrating is the fact that we're in Wales, or particularly in this part of Wales, I don't consider myself a mummy, I consider myself a mammy, and you don't get anything, you can't buy stuff that has got mammy on it, so we were just like, right, okay, well let's just do our own stuff that says mammy on it, because I think like that we should own that, like we should own the fact that we are mammies, and it's not, I used to be embarrassed about like that kind of thing, because I was used to like think in terms of like the accent that we got, or the dialect that we use, that is different to, say, like even like Cardiff, which is just down the road, and I used to be a bit embarrassed about like the way I talked, and I'm just like so over that now, and I'm like kind of like like what we were saying earlier on in terms of like our own conversations, like people just put down the valleys, and I hate that. Like I absolutely hate it. Like I love the fact that I'm from Rhondda. I got no issue with telling people that I'm from, I'm Porth girl, and I absolutely love it. Like and and I own the fact that I'm a mammy and not a mummy. I like the fact that, you know, that's different, and I like the fact that my daughter calls me a mammy, even if my husband tries to insist on mummy because he's from Cardiff. I'm constantly. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Ooh, there's that argument
It's
sometimes.
a little bit of a confusion for Hattie because, like, you know, she's not. She kind of goes with both. She says mummy and mammy, but if she's with me, it's 100% mammy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why we did the clothing stuff. Was just a thing of, right, let's just put something out there that says what we are. You know,
Yeah,
from the valleys, we are mammies. So let's own that.
They've gone crazy as well. It's really popular.
It did do really well. Like I've kind of got. I think more than anything now, it's just I've gone a bit more quiet on it because of the fact that the playgroup has picked up so much. So we're literally, because we're so busy now. Even when I'm not doing Mammy and Me, I'm planning for Mammy and Me, and I'm getting stuff for Mammy and Me. So like, you know, it used to be like Mammy and Me was Tuesday and Thursday, and then like every other day was like, you know, meet time for me and Hattie, or for me to catch up with other people. And now it's just got to the point where like my Monday's taken up with planning and buying stuff for Tuesday, and then my Wednesday's taken up with planning and buying stuff for Thursday. So it's literally like the only day really that I get now is a Friday. So yeah, like it's just time more than anything. So like we've kind of just taken a back step on the clothing stuff just for now.
Right.
Yeah, and then it might pick it up back up when we've got a bit more time to do it.
Yeah, because it's a lot of time consuming, isn't it? Which I don't think people realise.
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
much
And I
it is.
tried to, like, you know, I wanted to make it as personal as possible. So like, I wanted to make sure that I delivered them to everyone, you know, regardless of where they lived. If they lived like as local as possible, like if they lived in, you know, England, then obviously I wouldn't deliver them. But not myself anyway. But yeah, like if they lived locally, I wanted to make sure that I delivered it to them, and, you know, like packed them all myself and wrapped them up as nicely as I could and wrote a little message to everyone. And it just get, you know, it's just time consuming, so that's really why we kind of just slowed down on that, really.
No, but I definitely think your group has put a good positive impact on the Rhondda, especially for mammies and all the groups and stuff like that. And like you say, that's why I'm doing the podcast, because I do think, like you say, we ran back earlier, the MTV and stuff like that. I think they put the valleys in a really bad, negative way, and in picture for everyone. And I think that's what myself and like yourself we're all trying to show.
Yeah,
no, it's not. There's positives, and like I say, I'm proud to be Welsh. I'm proud to be in the Rhondda. I love that when I go to the Rhondda girls. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
And I definitely think it's a good thing to do. So, with your playgroup, do you have any future goals? So do you have anything in mind, like right in the future, this is what I want the group to achieve, or anything like that?
There's always stuff like that you want to do. Again, it just comes down to like time more than anything else. Like so the next kind of thing that we were trying to look to start up is a Strollers group. So we're trying to do like a walking group, you know, so mammy&me Strollers, just because, especially like as the weather starts to pick up now, you know, carrying on from the fitness stuff is just getting out and appreciating the area that we live as well, and just saying, right, okay, let's just meet up, go for a walk with the prams, we'll just get a bit, you know, fresh air, but also a bit fitness as well at the same time. So that's like an imminent thing, like we're looking to that like in the next couple of weeks, especially now the weather's starting to improve and get a bit warmer and it's not raining. So that's one thing that we're looking to do.
What you could do with fitness, because I've seen a few, obviously I've seen it like on TV and on YouTube. If you go for in the strollers and then go to a park, nice park, do fitness in the park with the prams. I've seen that a few times.
So we've got the plan is to do like a strollers and then a strollers plus. So like the strollers would be for just people that just want to go for a walk, and that's it. Like they want to get out, they want to enjoy the fresh air, but with company. And then strollers plus would be more of a class then, and again like getting an instructor in to do like proper exercises with the babies, with the prams and that kind of thing.
I love that. I'm into my fitness. I love that. I really think it's good for weights as well with the babies and the prams.
Exactly. I'm not sure I'd want to pick up early. Yeah, it's just those are the things that like we're looking to do.
Yeah. Good, definitely. So obviously, thank you very much for coming on. And obviously, the Mammy and Me is available on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
So I will post a link on the Catch Up Convos page. And the episode will also be on my Instagram and Facebook page, on the website and on YouTube. So anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you very much.
Is everything covered?
Yeah.
Right. And thank you for coming as well, Hattie. Thank you. And my little darlings all in the background.
In the background.
Yeah. Right, thank you all for listening. Bye.